Hello, welcome to the Long Island Weather Update. Yeah, I'm afraid we're not going to get out of it because there's just too much going on that needs to be talked about. And you can see that we do have some thunderstorms actually flaring up over Pennsylvania right now that are heading toward us. They'll bring us some rain overnight. And still dealing with a little bit of smoke today. It seemed like it was just a little bit better today. We had a decent amount of sun mixed with some jet junk. But toward the evening, actually, it was pretty nice with a nice breeze and... I was actually I'll have a video for you shortly, but you can see the skies. I mean, it wasn't deep blue, but there was a little more blue in the sky than there normally was, than there has been the past couple of days, because the smoke's been a little bit thinner. And the ocean was kind of rough, and there was some beach erosion at Jones Beach, which I'll show you in a separate video. Yeah, some really nice waves out there, and the sky was kind of pretty towards sunset. We had really, look at that. That's really nice right there. You can see the colorful sunset that we had. Let's go and look at, though, like I said, not quite as hazy as it's been. It's been a little bit better, at least over Long Island, depending on where you were today. So let's go look at the current conditions here, and we'll start over here. And you can see there's a lot of heat in the Midwest. We'll talk about that, but first, let's go to the temperatures right now. Temperature 75. The alley's probably still near 80, but we got mid-70s out there. Nice breeze from the south, which is keeping things a lot cooler versus inland. Inland, it got a lot hotter today. So we'll look at the highs, and you'll see for most of Long Island, low 80s for highs. But as you got toward my area, we had more like mid-80s. And then as you headed toward the city, mid and upper 80s. Highs, and as you headed in toward Jersey, upper 80s, so a little bit cooler actually than yesterday over there. Guess they got a little bit of that south wind too. Lows, obviously nothing remarkable there, but it's all about the heat in that heat. You can see that heat in the west, and why we're bringing up the heat that's in the west, in the Midwest, is we're going to be getting into some of that, and some of the conditions here are pretty uncomfortable right now. So you can see 88 degrees at Topeka after hitting 99 today. And, yeah, probably dealing with a little bit of haze from wildfire smoke, too. We'll see if there's any reduced visibility. You can see the temperature's near 100 degrees. That's why they got the excessive heat warning in a lot of these areas. And then we have some severe thunderstorm watches in effect as well on top of that. So this is what we're going to be getting. We're going to be getting a piece of this later on in the week toward Thursday. It's going to be very unpleasant. And then we have a severe thunderstorm watch for the Dakotas, red flag warnings, and air quality alerts for the West. A lot of air quality alerts for the West. And I'm glad Joe Chaffee finally brought this up because, like I said, this is a major factor. And if we look at Boise right now, Idaho, the visibility is up to 10, but they had to deal with some pretty smoky conditions yesterday. It looks like maybe because they've got more of a north wind now that's helping clear the smoke out a little bit. And then around that, it looks like we got an excessive heat watch as well. So, yeah, there'll be more heat coming. That's the last thing this area needs with all these fires going out there. And we can look at the highs today across the Midwest, and you can see high temperatures. Yeah, got close to 100 degrees. It's with humidity, so feels like it's well over 100, hence the excessive heat warning. And severe thunderstorm watches for the Appalachian area, and a few severe thunderstorm warnings it looks like I see in here as well. Nothing as far as Pennsylvania goes, as far as severe weather goes. We're going to take a look at the air quality. This is the air now thing. You can see we have moderate air quality, so we're still dealing with a little bit of smoke at the surface. It seemed like it felt a little better this evening, but it's going to get worse before it gets. We'll get maybe a little bit of a break. See some greens off to the west, so maybe a little bit of a break. But then we have this air that's all the way out west. You can see all these reds and all these fire signs here that indicate there are wildfires burning. So things are going to get worse once again. If we look at places like let's see, PM. So they were mainly in the moderate range. Green Bay, mainly in the moderate range. But you head out west, places like California, you're dealing with some pretty bad situation unhealthy in Ravendale. So some of these areas really, Nevada also really dealing with this. So this is the kind of stuff that we're going to be dealing with. I'm surprised we have greens over here in the Pacific Northwest. We'll take a look at the satellite out there in a moment. But you can see a lot of yellows and some oranges. That'll make its way east. And you can see the Northeast got a lot of air quality alert in the Northeast, too. So a lot of that just stagnation. Oh, so let's go look at... I said, oh, guys, I saw this. This shows an old wildfire. That wildfire is not burning anymore, the Whippoorwill fire. So that's out. But that was... wherever you see that logo, it kind of shows... It says, try the new and updated fire and smoke map. So let's see. I'm going to skip the geolocation. Let's see. I know they have a new map now. Let's see what the new one looks like. Kind of like the older one better. But it kind of shows you where the air quality is bad. You can see out west. And then in the northeast, we have some pretty bad air quality. So we're going to look at some more satellite images here. We'll go to the CONUS view here. And I'll just throw the lightning in because those look like thunderstorms that have popped up. Yep. And there was a lot of flooding yesterday over Vermont. Again, Vermont is seeing a lot of flooding lately. More roads washed out and destruction over there because they got a lot of rain over there from yesterday. But anyway, and I can go to the weather and hazards map. I think I didn't close it down. So we can look at precipitation and just show you what they've been dealing with. So if I go all the way out to 72 hours, you can see that some of these areas in Vermont just got pounded with rain there. 8.04 inches. I don't know if that's right, but that's a lot of rain. That's the kind of stuff that they've been getting pounded with. And that's why there's still a flood watch in effect, because they're still dealing with the chance of showers. So let's go to the CONUS view now. We'll show you the country here, and you see the smoke that's over the Dakotas. That's what we're going to get into, and then there's more smoke still coming from California right now. So we'll go look at the west, and you'll see that. Go to the Pacific Northwest one, because I think that shows it up pretty nicely. This park fire is just still going. There's no end in sight to this thing. And then we still have fires going on in Oregon right now. The reason why they're seeing somewhat better air quality in Washington, because they got a flow from the north. So it's kind of pushing the smoke to the east and southeast. We're going to be getting into that. So you can see all the smoke right there. It's coming from there. We can look at Canada as well. Do the southeastern Canada shot here. Can't really see much because of all the cloud cover, but it still looks like there's plenty of smoke there as well. So yeah, these fires continuing to be an issue, and that's why we see those air quality alerts in effect. And we'll probably be getting into them, some air quality alerts, as we get to it Thursday. Looking at the weather map, you'll see here that we've got this weak low pressure here with a front. I don't really want to call it a cold front because the air behind this is actually going to be hotter. Yeah, but it's going to be a little bit drier, but it's going to shift the winds more to a westerly direction and make it worse for us. Going to day 2, you can see that that front moves through tomorrow and then kind of just dissipates over us. So, yeah, it does wash out over us here at day 3. Looking at the radar, again, you can see those showers and thunderstorms over Pennsylvania. And there's some more over the Appalachian area. Out west, yeah, nothing. Very little. Some in North Dakota, but other than that, very little precipitation, and that's not going to help at all with the wildfire situation. Storm Prediction Center, we've got the enhanced risk so the area they're looking at right now for the best chance of severe weather is in the Midwest, extending into the interior southeast into the Appalachians. Looking at tomorrow, we don't have a risk over us. The risk remains over the Midwest pretty much. The other thing that we have to talk about is this here. They're watching this disturbance right now. This thing's 0% chance of cyclone formation, but it's something that we have to watch. We'll go ahead and we'll go to the Caribbean now and look at the satellite and point this out to you a little bit. It's very hard to... You can see a little area. I think it's this area right here that they're watching, I think. Let me see. I think it's further out. I think it's further out. We do tropical, like... yeah, you can see what we have here is a wave coming off over here. You can see that there's some more activity and a little less dust. Well, we're going to go a little further here if you want to see this. Yeah, you don't see quite as much dust here, so that's going to mean that tropical activity is probably going to start ramping up as we head into the month of August, which is where we're almost at this point. So let's go look at the models here, and we'll talk about the smoke too. But let's first start with what's going to be happening through tomorrow. So again, we've got this disturbance moving through. You'll notice that on Thursday we have a more of a westerly flow. It's going to bring in more heat, and then Friday we're still going to probably stay with that westerly flow, and then just a little bit of the weekend here. We're going to probably deal with a little stall front syndrome again for the weekend, unfortunately. Not going to go over too much the weekend, and that's just to let you know that it's going to be a little on the unsettled side. So let's go to the HRRR now. We should have most of the HRRR in now, and this will show us what's going to happen tonight with the shower and thunderstorm activity. It seems like it's a little underdone, but we could have some showers and thunderstorms perhaps overnight. Really nothing severe, and that could last into the morning, and then we have another chance in the afternoon that we might see some pop up as well. There's a small chance in the evening too that we'll see a couple pop up. There's one, another one over there, and then as we head into Thursday, it's still showing, the HRRR is still showing possibly the chance of a shower thunderstorm just from the heat of the day inland. That could happen as well, and maybe the smoke will aid that. Let's look at our dew points and wind flow here, and you'll see the change. So obviously we stay humid, very humid tomorrow, southwest winds, but you notice what happens tomorrow night into Thursday. The winds go more westerly. They'll eventually shift to the south later on, but that is going to allow for many more areas to get much hotter on Thursday. So we'll go here and we'll show you what I'm talking about. So tomorrow, not really going to be that hot because of the cloud cover, probably. We're going to probably have a more cloud cover, though Jersey could still manage to get up to 90. But it's Thursday that we're going to see most sites get into them. New Jersey's probably be mid to upper 90s, and we're probably going to see 90s also in much of Long Island away from the ocean because, again, we're going to have that westerly flow, which is going to make it brutal. And on top of that, we're going to be dealing with high humidity and smoke and poor air quality, so it's going to be absolutely miserable pretty much. I'll look at a few more models as far as the overnight goes, as far as precipitation goes, and the NAM's more robust, no surprise here. It has some heavy showers and thunderstorms moving through around 8 in the morning. And then a few more, another complex later on in the evening. And then the NAM's really got something pretty impressive, actually, for overnight. Now, the SPC has not put us in any kind of risk zone, but with all the thunderstorm activity around tomorrow, there could be a few isolated severe thunderstorms, even though they're saying there won't be. Because there's going to be a lot of instability in the atmosphere, and that you have this high humidity, and then you have this disturbance coming through that's going to kind of help create some lift and disturb things a little bit. Head to Thursday. Thursday will be quieter, but tomorrow we'll probably see a decent amount of showers and thunderstorms around at any given time. Our Jim. Look at the skies here, and for tomorrow, obviously, you see plenty of clouds, though, again, toward the afternoon, those clouds might break, and that sunshine would just help destabilize things even further. For Thursday, it's still showing probably some high clouds, maybe some jet junk in there, and there's going to be a lot of smoke, too, so that's the other thing. So let's go now to the smoke model. I'm going to just use the HRRR smoke model. I think it's been handling things a little bit better, so we're going to go to that one instead. Let's see. The 0Z, we don't have the full 0Z out, which is annoying, so I have to go back to which one goes back further? 18Z. Okay, so we have to use the 18Z. That's fine. So here's the vertically integrated smoke on the HRRR. And you'll see this big cloud of smoke making its way into the east. You see it there? All right, so tomorrow it's not too bad, but then as we get into Thursday, which is August 1st, you can see the yellows and oranges making their way over us. So it's going to be quite a hazy sky, for us on Thursday. It looks like Thursday is going to be pretty hazy, and there's plenty more smoke in the pipeline to make its way down toward us. And there'll be some near-surface smoke, too. That was the vertically integrated smoke, but we're going to show you the near-surface smoke and show you that there will be smoke in the air at the surface, too. Some of that's going to mix down as well. So let's look at that, and you'll see it's starting to spread in our area. So not so much tomorrow, but then as we get toward Thursday, look at that. It's actually pretty noticeable. So we're going to be dealing with this. Thursday is going to be pretty smoky and pretty miserable. And it's not going to really be nice to be outside at all. I think we're going to see some more air quality alerts for our area as we get into that. So that's going to wrap up this Long Island weather update. And with everything going on, I don't know if we'll see how active tomorrow is, but I'll probably have to do a weather update tomorrow. I don't think we're going to be able to ignore this because we got a lot of stuff going on with the smoke. And the tropics as well, we'll have to watch as well. I'm not going to talk about this tonight, but have a good night.